Hi, I'm Shelley Wood, and this is my tiny sewing room where I make doll clothes sewing videos. Today I'm going to show you how to make this embroidered felt jacket with a lining. It will fit Chelsea dolls, Disney mini toddler Elsa dolls, vintage strawberry shortcake dolls, Disney's mini toddler Anna dolls, vintage Heart family baby dolls, and Mattel's little teeny tiny Kelly dolls. But before we begin this project, please go to my website, shelleywood.com, to download this free PDF sewing pattern. There's a helpful link in the description below this video on YouTube. Use your pattern to cut out one cotton jacket and then one felt jacket. A pastel color looks very nice for this. Embroider the sections that you see here. Now you might struggle with embroidery. Lucky you, I have tutorials on shelleywood.com. On the primary page, go to Other and click. Then scroll down until you get to the very bottom of the bulleted list. You'll want to click Yarn and Embroidery at the very bottom. And this will take you to my free embroidery tutorials gallery. The tutorials you'll find most helpful are the daisy stitch, which is optional, the running stitch, which is what I use for vines, the French knot for little buds, the Algerian star, which is kind of like a daisy stitch, and the rambler rose. Then use the detached chain stitch for your leaves. So here's my Algerian star on the front and the rambler rose along with the detached chain stitch. The back of the jacket uses my running stitch for vines, and then tiny rosebuds were made with French knots. So if you want your jacket to look like mine, at this point you should follow the directions for those stitches, leaving a slight edge around all of your stitches for seams. Now, lay the cotton jacket over the felt jacket, keeping right sides together. Pretty side touches the pretty side. Stitch across the bottom of the jacket's back. Here's a closer look at those stitches and from a side. Next, stitch the bottom of each sleeve, which looks kind of sideways here, but there's a closer look at my stitches. Be sure to stitch along the edge of both sleeves. Now your jacket looks like this with 3 edges done. Begin stitching at the center of the neck hole and then sew down the front. And when you get to the bottom, turn at the bottom to sew that front at the bottom along there to the side. Now go back to the back of the neck and follow the same directions for the other side. Here's another view so you can understand a little better. Now that the front is sewn together, clip the corners and seams, especially the neck area, like you see me doing in this next video clip. So I'm going to clip off these edges and then these corners here, and then I'm going to clip all along that neckline. You want to be very careful that you don't cross your stitches. I have this sped up so it looks like I'm going quickly, but do not go quickly. You want to go slowly and make sure that you don't cross your own stitches all the way around, and then invert the jacket. Now I like to use a chopstick to help me invert something so small, and you'll see me use it with a little twist in this video, so be careful to watch how I twist my chopstick. So I insert my thumbs in between and then I pull it through. Once I have it inverted, Then I insert my chopstick to kind of give a twist in all of the edges and corners, every edge, every corner. Even right there at the neckline, there's a kind of corner that you want to be sure and twist to poke it out a little bit. Give it a gentle twist. And there you go. Press all your seams. Now, children learning to use an iron should have adult supervision. Now your jacket looks like this on the wrong side or the inside, and then like this on the right side or the pretty side. Fold one front against the back, keeping right sides together. Sew from the edge of the sleeve to the underarm, and then at the underarm turn and sew from the underarm to the bottom of the jacket. Here's a little closer look so you can see my stitches. Fold the other front over the back, just like this, and once again you want to keep your right sides together. Sew this sleeve and the side seam the same way you did on the opposite side. So there you go. Now we're almost done. Clip the underarms on both sides of your jacket, and again, you don't want to cross your seams, so go very slowly. I'm speeding this up for time's sake. Invert the jacket, and again, I use a chopstick to poke out. I like the dull edge to poke out the sleeves so you don't accidentally rip that soft fabric on the inside. So that dull end of the chopstick to poke out the sleeves. There we go. It is so cute. All fuzzy. You should see your flowers on the front and your vine in the back with the rosebuds. And now you're ready to try it on a doll.
What if there was an easy way to take a big doll pattern and resize it to fit a little doll, or vice versa? I'm Shelley Wood, the doll clothing designer, and in my pattern alteration class, I'm going to share with you my resizing formula.
Pattern alteration is when you take a pattern that you already own and you make changes to it. Let's say a dress doesn't fit your doll quite right. I'll show you how to create a gusset to extend the dress's bodice. Along the same lines, I'll show you how to use a doll's body measurements to lengthen and shorten shirt sleeves, and to recreate the pants patterns you already own so they will fit dolls of different shapes and sizes. Following my instructions, you'll learn how to reshape dresses and skirts, making them fuller or less full depending on the look you're going for. With this collection of more than 40 videos, you'll use my measurement guide and dozens of tips and tricks to create a full wardrobe for the doll or dolls of your choice.
I invite you to join me. We are going to have so much fun.